Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. So I'm going to just do this straight away. Okay, so let's just check. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Sorry, I'm just in a bit of a rush. But, yeah, good afternoon. I hope you can see the message. I want you all to just give us a little bit of an update on a few things. But what you can see behind me is a message. It's the message that I really want to get out there. I just want to give key message to us all. It's very, very important. Good afternoon, and welcome. I'm going to play you a video of what happened in Kaduna yesterday. And this is definitely going to come and happen to all of us, whether we like it or not. Good afternoon, today Samuel, my brother. Good afternoon to you. I appreciate that. Good afternoon. I really want us all to sort of be aware of what is going on and the kind of steps we must take to make changes. I'm probably going to be on here for about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and then I'll be out again and I'll come back later on. But what I wanted to do... Be on here for about maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah. And then I'll be out again. Good afternoon, Yeka. Mewashi, I hope I'm... Today, Samuel and others, good evening to you all. Gani Ujeboda, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. And as you're coming in, please do us a favor. Go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. As you know, Facebook are no longer our preferred a place of carrying our broadcast, because Facebook, for whatever reason, have decided to sort of to block what we're doing and keep it frustrating and everything else. And we don't want to waste our time trying to speak to or explain what Facebook are doing. What we need to do is to get on with what we are here to do, which is to raise a level of awareness among our people about the injustice going on and why we need to go for Yoruba Nation. Please do me a favor. There's a poll that we have now, and I don't know if you've let me see if I published the poll. Let me see if the poll is published. Maybe it wasn't published. I thought I created a poll a minute ago. Let me just check. So I wanted you to be aware of something. Please go ahead and ensure you've subscribed to us on Citizen AY. And that is, we'll be very, very grateful for your support in doing that. One of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention is that we must create a grassroots awareness. It is no longer about one or two people talking about this on our own. It is no longer about that. It's about all of us now working together to achieve our common aim. And I'm talking specifically in terms of Middle Belt, Yorubas and Igbos, or Oduduwa and Biafrans and Middle Belt. We must collectively work together. We need to reach our grassroots. Grassroots awareness is the key. Yes, I can come and talk. I can make announcements. Others can do the same thing. But until there is that collective critical mass, what we are looking for is critical mass in all of this. And I want us to be very, very clear about that. What we're looking for is critical mass. Critical mass, what do I mean by critical mass? Where it is clear to everybody that all of us collectively, we are working to do one thing, which is to achieve the common aim of getting Yoruba nation, Igbo nation, Biafra nation, and Biafra, Igbo nation, and Middle Belt. All of those areas must be a reality. It has to become a reality, because the situation that we face right now, we haven't got time to be fighting each other. That's why I talk about grassroots awareness. Grassroots awareness is our only, is the best thing we can do in this situation. Grassroots awareness. And how do we do that? We will need a bunch of a few ideas put together by not just a few people, but all of us. All of us need to be able to make sure that we do what we can to make sure that in every local government area, we are aware of the need for to go for self-determination collectively. Let me play you this video here to illustrate exactly what I mean. Listen to this bit. Listen.
Newspaper.
Thank you very much.
Let's take a break at this point and we'll be back shortly to sink our teeth into the matters of the day. Please stay with us.
Let me just get this back. I don't want to do that one. That's not what I want to do.
Clear a picture of what exactly happened.
Listen to this now. This is in Kaduna. Sorry about this.
Thank you. Good morning, Kayode.
Listen.
From the information I got, the 6 p.m. train that took off from Abuja to Kaduna last night was attacked by the bandits around Duse village in Chukun local government area of Kaduna State at around 7:45.
Did you hear that?
Yesterday, the scene of the incident is just few kilometers away to the Grassroots train station, which is the last transit point where the whole passengers are supposed to disembark and make their way to their homes. But unfortunately, the bandits, as I was told, planted explosive devices along the red track, and as the train approached to that point, the bomb exploded. Yep.
Did you hear that? A bomb exploded. A bomb exploded. A bomb exploded. And they still want you to go and carry out, to do what? To go and talk about elections. To go and vote. A bomb exploded. A bomb exploded. Let's listen on now.
By causing the train to derail. And from what I gathered, it was at that point that the bandits, who were in their large numbers, immediately started shooting sporadically on the train. And of course, many of the passengers...
They started shooting on the train. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here. I hope you are hearing this. So they started shooting on the train. Now, do you see anybody... Can any of the so-called aspirants, have they mentioned this? Are they talking about this? Are they... What point is voting in any elections when even before the elections your life is not safe? This is why we're talking about the need for grassroots awareness. We need grassroots awareness in Yoruba land, Igbo land, Middle Belt to make sure that we go for self-determination. Let's listen on.
Became afraid, and at that point, the train was demobilized. What we learned,
7 dead, many injured, but they're still telling you to go and vote. They have not resolved. The government of the day are telling you to vote for them. 7 are dead now, many injured by terrorists, and they're telling you to vote. I want us to really be thinking about what is going on. This is why grassroots awareness is the most important thing right now. Please forget about whatever else is happening and forget about this one said, that one said. In our own community, specifically for Middle Beltans, Biafrans, and Yoruba people, we need grassroots awareness. We have to separate from this. This government and those who are telling you to vote for one Nigeria, who believe in one Nigeria, we are being killed on the altar of one Nigeria. You hear me? We are being killed on the altar of one Nigeria. We are being massacred on the altar of one Nigeria. And that's what I want us to really understand. Listen to this bit.
There are conflicting stories about that the train was actually bombed. But what I gathered was that the red track was the one that was actually bombed, that actually forced the train to derail. And immediately after that, the hoodlums started shooting sporadically.
Why do you keep calling terrorists hoodlums? They keep calling them, they're terrorists. They're not bandits. They're not hoodlums. They are terrorists. I hope we can all see why we need to go for grassroots awareness. And it will need each and every one of us. I'll come back later, maybe in about another, maybe later on in the day, or this evening, either on Oduduwa TV Radio in Yoruba. We need to come up with plans collectively that's going to save the lives of our people, and at the same time encourage them to go for self-determination. Because whilst they are telling us all of this nonsense to believe in one Nigeria, look at what Nigeria is costing. Just look
on the train. It was at that point that I was told that some policemen, mobile policemen rather, who were attached to the train, engaged the bandits in a gun duel. But the policemen were also tactical not to exhaust their ammunition, because the bandits seem to have come well prepared and with enough ammunition to engage the security operatives attached to the train. So at that point that I was told that...
Are you listening? In your one Nigeria, you can't travel safely. You need to have policemen on your trains. And you're talking to me about one Nigeria. What is one about a situation where you are having to, the government has admitted, you see, because in the government putting policemen and armed men on the trains, it means they've admitted that that we are no longer safe or secure in contraption one Nigeria. That's what it means, though. This is what this means. I hope I hope you are following what we're saying here. The government, in putting armed men on trains, means that they know themselves that nowhere is safe, but they still want you to vote for one Nigeria. Please put the idea of voting in 2023 out of your mind. Are you sure you will be alive? Are you sure? Like Adeboye said, are you sure you will see 2023? Are you sure that you will be alive to see 2023 elections? Isn't it better we start putting our efforts now in securing the future of the coming generations and making sure that we separate from contractor Nigeria? You are seeing it yourself. Let's play on.
Soldiers, we are also mobilized to the area, including the GOC of 1 Mechanized Division.
You see, when they've mobilized soldiers to now fight the terrorists. They're not bandits. They're not hoodlums. They're terrorists. The soldiers that should have been protecting the borders, making sure that these bandits never got into the country, are now trying to tackle them on the trains. Can you see that we are in a desperate situation? Can you see that grassroots awareness is the key? Grassroots awareness is the key. And I maintain and I stand on that. Grassroots awareness is the key. We cannot allow for this to continue like this. It is time that we woke up. Now let's listen on to what the man is saying again. I'll just play a bit more.
I was told that he was also there throughout the night to engage the bandits and to ensure that the passengers are protected. And a passenger told me that it at that point that the bandits somehow defeated, but that is not.
That's it. That's on a train. So what part of this is one Nigeria? I want to know. Which part of this is one Nigeria? Which part of this is one Nigeria? I just want to know. I'm trying to understand. You see, the one Nigeria where your life is not safe. And you will notice that the so-called politicians, they will not come and talk about this. They won't come and talk about this. I'm just bringing this to our attention. Like I said, I'll be leaving in the next 15, 20 minutes. But I wanted to talk about this. And we have to be very, very clear and strategic about what we're doing. The awareness, we need to raise the level of awareness in our communities, particularly in Middle Belt, Oduduwa Land, and Biafra Nation. Those places, we have to explain to people that it is our right to go for self-determination and stop these killings, because the Fulanis, with the amendments that they're doing to the Constitution, is all about taking the land that belongs to Yorubas and Igbos and Middle Beltans. And we have to stop, put a stop to all of this. I'm asking you, as you're watching me, if you haven't already subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube, number 1, hit the notification button, number 2, and of course, give us a thumbs up. Here's what you need to do whilst we're, just to give you a bit of a heads up on that. 1 second, please. Oh, okay. Okay, is that correct? Yeah, that is correct. 1 second, please. I'm just trying to check, make sure that we are on the right track, as it were. Okay. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, no problem. So now, here's what I want you to do. Please go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. You'll be doing us a great favor. Look, this thing, what we need to do, we need awareness and we will need funds. Please, for Citizen AY, please, your help in getting our message out there. What you can do for us is to just share the broadcast. That is the least, that is, you come in and you share that broadcast. You will help be able to help us get our information out there. Facebook, as you know, have been up to all their tricks, and we no longer have to wait for or listen to what Facebook has to say. It is up to you and me now to raise the level of awareness. So please go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Please, you'll be doing us a great favor, and we need that help and that support from you. It's very, very important that we continue to get people to share the broadcast, And what is really, really clear, you can see, they are telling you to vote in elections. They're telling us to start choosing to support one aspirant or the other. But people are being killed every day. They don't care about that. It is important we understand this, and I'm bringing this to our attention. It's very, very important. Let's have a look at this. I just wanted to just really be, make us think and be aware that, grassroots awareness is key, and Yoruba Nation is indeed a must. And so Middle Belt and of course Biafra, or whatever name we want to call it, we have a right to go for self-determination. Please don't forget, as you're watching, coming in, go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We truly appreciate your support. Very, very important. Here we go.
See, I didn't go away with some people, which I was told that some people were kidnapped, even a former deputy governor of Zamfara. I don't know how true is the story, but we were told that the former deputy governor of Zamfara State was among the people that were taken away, including a pregnant woman and her son.
You see, a pregnant woman and her son, a deputy governor of Zamfara State, and that's your one Nigeria for you. That's your one Nigeria. I just want us to be really, we need to be very, very aware of what is going on. And like I said, please, as you're watching, when you're coming in, don't forget, go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. It's very, very important. These are the kind of things we want to bring to your attention. We are giving you clear reasons why we should no longer believe in one Nigeria as Middle Beltans, as Igbos, and as Yorubas. We have to break away. We have the right to self-determination. That constitution remains a fraud. It is a fraud that has been used to oppress and suppress us for far too long. The time has come for us to break away from it. We need to break away. Self-determination via referendum is the only solution. Listen on.
They were all taken away by the bandits before the arrival of.
So bandits had the time to stop a train, shoot at the train, take people away. Take people away. You're hearing it. So I'm playing it so that you will not say Citizen AY is spreading rumors or whatever. No. So you are aware. You are aware of what has been done. Like I said, let me just try and yeah. So for me, grassroots awareness of Yoruba Nation is key. Likewise, it's the same thing for Middle Belt and likewise for Biafra. Grassroots awareness is we need to make people aware that there is an alternative. The alternative to the killings carried out in one Nigeria. When we go for Yoruba Nation, go for Biafra Nation, go for Middle Belt, we will put an end to the killings. Because the people, our governance will be from people who will be, our leaders will be people that we, the people of those indigenous areas, choose. And we will be able to hold them to account via a viable constitution. That constitution that is written is being imposed by those who are non-indigenous to us. Let me say that again slowly. The constitution as it stands is written by non-indigenous people and being imposed on indigenous people. That is what we need to emphasize. That is clear. Just that alone is justification of why we have to go for self-determination. The constitution, that fraudulent constitution, is written by non-indigenous people to oppress and suppress indigenous people, Middle Belt, Yorubas, and Igbos. And this is why we have to go for self-determination. And that is everything that's happening is pointing to that. So we need awareness, grassroots awareness of our right to go for self-determination is very important. What are you prepared to do in this struggle? How are you prepared? What steps are you prepared to take to encourage our people to be aware of their rights in their communities as we speak, and how they can begin to protect themselves? We obviously need vigilante groups. We need protection. We have to go out in groups. What we are faced with the threat of being oppressed and suppressed and being killed in our own land. And the so-called One Nigeria government will just stand by and watch, because that is their plan. Once again, I'm stating again, the fraudulent constitution was drafted and imposed by non-indigenous people on Yorubas, on Biafrans, and on Middle Beltans. And we need our people to be aware of that fact. And that's why we are bringing this to your attention. Please do share this broadcast. As you're watching, please go ahead, click on Citizen AY on YouTube. Subscribe to us. Help us raise this level of awareness. Again, you will see the grassroots awareness of Yoruba Nation is key. Likewise, the same thing for Igbo Nation, Biafra Nation, and Middle Belt. But obviously, I'm a Yoruba man, so I'm speaking from that point of view. But I am telling you all, and I reiterate it again. If you're a Middle Beltan, this message applies to you. If you're a Biafran, this message applies to you. If you're Yoruba, it definitely applies to you. And all of us must work together to raise the level of awareness we need to achieve our common goal, which is to break away from contractual Nigeria. Because contractual Nigeria was designed to oppress and suppress the indigenous people. And the people who wrote the constitution that is being imposed on us are non-indigenous. And they want to make themselves indigenous by passing laws that will allow them to be in our land using this fraudulent constitution that none of us agreed to. There is no referendum that supports this constitution. We need to continue to spread that message. I urge you all, please, this is not a game. This is not a time to stand aside and look and watch what is going on. Play your part. We need to come together. What suggestions do you have as to how we can raise the level of awareness? What suggestions? What critical steps can we take? Don't leave it to one or two people. You can play your part in this thing, and I'm very, very sure that you can, and we must do it. This is very, very, very important. Yes, of course, they've bastardized Nigeria. Yeah. Thank you, Sam Oba Koizu. Yeah, Obia Koizu. Yeah, good afternoon, Sam, my brother. Good afternoon. So, look, the time now, I emphasize now, we haven't got time for squabbles as, Yoruba man said, or Biafra man said, Middle Belt man said. Among ourselves, we are all facing a common enemy. The common enemy are those who impose this fraudulent constitution on us. And they're using it to oppress and suppress us in our land. Let's watch a bit more of the video to see what I'm saying.
The soldiers. After the whole thing, I was told that they had to stay inside the bush, the passengers under the cover of soldiers till about 1 a.m. This morning, when they were now taken to the main road, that's the Kaduna-Abuja highway, where they walked up to 45 kilometers by foot. They had to walk because there was no way that buses will come into the bush to pick them. So they have to trek from the rest track where the incident occurred up to the Abuja-Kaduna highway, which is about 45 kilometers. And it took them about 2 hours, according to my sources, to get to the main road. From there, they were conveyed in buses to the 44 Army Reference Hospital, which is located in the Kaduna State capital, while those who sustained injuries were immediately given medical attention.
Can you see what is going on? And do you still believe that we have a nation? With all this happening, do you still believe in one Nigeria? Do you still believe in one Nigeria? I'm asking this question so that we know what we are faced with. I'm asking this question. I want us all to really have a discussion and think about this ourselves. Is it not time for us, as Middle Beltans, as Igbo, Biafrans, and as Oduduwa people, to come together and work for ensuring that we break from contractual Nigeria? If the Fulanis and the Hausas in the north want to keep the name Nigeria, let them keep it. But for as long as our lives are being taken on a daily basis, and no protection is being offered. And every time the Fulani terrorist kills Southerners, they get away with it. I've shown you a picture of a man, they hacked his hands to, and nothing. They will not be arrested. All we're hearing is stories. It's time for us to take collective action together. That collective action is going for ensuring that we get referendum. And we ensure that we should not allow any laws to be passed that will allow a Fulani to now become an indigene in our area, because the Fulanis are the ones who are oppressing and killing us in our land. These are the realities that we face. That is why awareness is very, very important. Please, at this point, we are asking the churches and the mosque in the south, you need to play your part in this. So you are very good at collecting money from the people. Let them pray, tithes and everything else. Now, if we do not take the step, even your church, you will be banned from carrying out that church by the Fulanis once they take the land. You're better off, if you still want a church and still want to be able to preach, you can do so in Oduduwa land. You can do so in Biafra land. You can do that in Middle Belt land. But in what is Nigeria, they will tell you what you can do and what you can't do. You will no longer have the freedom of speech at all. Already there's silence in it. And we are trying to make sure that you understand your role in all of this is to make sure that we go our separate way. Nigeria is a noose around our collective neck as Middle Belt and Southerners.
You know, this is coming on the back of the explosion that you reported in Igabi, the attack on the airport, which was foiled, but sadly, Nama official was killed. And now we have this one, shocking, brazen.
And these guys this is happening every day. But they're telling you to vote, to come and think of voting in 2023. It's time for us to wake up. It really is time for us to wake up. And I wanted to just bring this to our attention. I may be changing I may be opening another platform on Facebook, because Facebook, I can see now that what their plan is to do is to really bring down Citizen AY, the platform on Facebook. But I don't necessarily want to waste my energy on that. I'd rather we put our energy on moving across to to YouTube. Like I said to you, let me see if I can show you again. There are 55,000 followers on Facebook, and it's time we want you guys to help us grow the platform on YouTube. It's, if just half of those numbers join us on YouTube, that will make a big difference, because we do not want to wait, no longer interested in what Facebook are doing. It's a platform, yes, but they are deliberately depressing the numbers. And please, I hope, it goes without saying, many of you would have already shared this broadcast, and we need you to help us to share it, because Facebook are intent on really bringing the numbers down. So far, I can see that only 4 people have shared it from what Facebook are telling me. Now, I don't know how far how true that is, because Facebook they are able to manipulate this. So, but what I want us all to do is to continue to bring this message to our people. Awareness is key. It really is key. You can hear what the man is saying. Let's listen to a bit more, then I'll stop here.
And it's just heart-wrenching to hear that people may have been kidnapped, people have died, and the aftermath alone is just mind-boggling. But it's also been reported that this attack happened for about an hour. In terms of the timeline as to the response, the attack duration, and how this was quelled, what more can you tell us?
Well, from what I also gathered, I said earlier on,
the attack took over an hour, but yet you see the government. There's no plan to make people safe. The same people who have failed to provide you a plan are telling you to vote in elections. They're telling you to walk about primaries for aspirants and all of this stuff. They don't. Isn't it obvious that they don't care about your lives? They don't care. If you're not a Fulani man, it doesn't matter. This is why we are saying, and I say it again, Fulani men imposed the fraudulent constitution that has denied you and I, as Middle Beltans, as Yorubas, as Igbos, our right to our resources via that something called 68 exclusive items that they imposed on us without a referendum. Without a referendum. We need to restate this. I want this to be clear. we need to continue to open our eyes, make us aware. This is something that we need to do collectively. This is not a job for one person or a few people. This is a job for literally 180 million Middle Beltans, Igbos, and Yorubas. 180 million of us. It is a job of all of us collectively to free ourselves from the bondage that we have been placed. So I urge you all, please, this is not a joke. Let's continue to work together. This is not about just talking alone. What collective action are you prepared to take to free ourselves? And the awareness, raising the level of awareness in our communities and ensuring that we have vigilante groups in place and making sure that nobody works on their own. People, they're working in groups, safety in numbers, being aware, being able to protect and defend our communities, because the government, the Fulani government are systematically trying to take our land from us using all means. Political means, financial means, military means, all manner, religious means, everything is being used to suppress and oppress us. And we have to be very, very aware of that. And that's what I wanted to bring to our attention. Let me just listen to a bit more before you.
Around 7:45 p.m. Because usually it's a 2-hour train from Abuja to the Grassroots train station. So if you minus 7:45, it will give you about 15 minutes to the last transit point, which is the Grassroots train station. But what I gathered from my sources was that, don't forget that there are security operatives attached permanently to the train either from Abuja or from Kaduna to Abuja. So they were the first people that actually engaged, and I was told that around 9 p.m.
Thank you, Austin Ubaja, my brother. Thank you.
Arrived
I
to the
appreciate
scene around 9 p.m. and immediately engaged the bandits in a gun duel. So if you look at the prompt response point time, it could be an hour or so.
And now let's talk about the people on the train, the passengers. Sadly, we've lost some of them. I understand that more are injured. In terms of the casualty figures, the kind of care they're getting right now, and protection as well, what do we know about those passengers?
Well, I also gathered that about 6 to 9 people were shot to death, were killed.
You see?
While several others...
6 to 9 were shot to death, killed.
Sustained various degree of injuries. What we don't know is the stable condition of those that were shot. But what I know that some people were killed at that point. Because we don't expect a passenger not to be scared. But according to what I gathered, that most...
Is this not a display of a failed nation? When people who are going about are being killed, and the government will say nothing. These terrorists will be pardoned. They are pardoning the tourists. The same government are pardoning the tourists, giving them national ID cards. The terrorists now have more ID cards than we, the Middle Beltans, or Igbos or Yorubas combined. Are you hearing me? The terrorists who are killing us now, the government is making sure via Pantami that every one of them are having a national ID card. They can vote, but they won't be prosecuted. It's time for us to break this thing up. We have to go for self-determination. Referendum is the only way. The constitution, that fraudulent constitution is a fraud imposed by non-indigenous people on indigenous Middle Beltans, Igbos, and Yorubas in our land. We need to separate from this. Now, what's the time now? I've got 5 minutes to go, literally. Let me listen to the end, and I'll come back.
Almost passed out because of fear. So, there are casualties. But the bottom line is that there were casualties. Those who actually maybe died and those...
The primary responsibility of any governance is to provide safety and security for the citizens. They failed. Any talk of one Nigeria is clear, is crazy. Any talk of one Nigeria at this point is crazy. I want us all to be aware. It's time for us to go our own way. We want Middle Belt, we want Biafra, we want Oduduwa land to separate and coexist as independent nations away from continental Nigeria. If the Fulanis which you keep the name Nigeria a slave name, and the houses, let them keep it enough. We are going. We must separate from this. Let's listen a little bit more, then I can...
Those who sustained injury.
Well, Chimezi, certainly we're expecting that the NRC will give us the full manifest as we have requested, and hope that we can get clarity of exactly what happened. From what guest told us earlier, it's a 1,100 capacity train, 970 people on board, and this is what we have. We hope we have more details on that. But is there a history?
So we don't want to. I don't want to hear more stories. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you've had it there. You've had it. 1,100, 6 to 9 killed, and that is conservative. There's probably going to be more. A pregnant woman are abducted. These guys, but you're talking. But someone will come and tell you to still believe in one Nigeria. How can you believe in one Nigeria where people are being killed and abducted on a daily basis? It's time we wake up. So please, I urge us all, don't leave this on our to one or two people. This is something that we must all collectively do, and I really want to state this and make sure that we understand that we have to make some serious changes to what is going on. And the best way we can do that, of course, is by going our separate ways. We will be. Good afternoon, my sister. My sister. Good afternoon. We're still talking about, so far as we speak, just of yesterday or this morning, between 6 and 9 people have been killed on that Abuja train, and many injured. A pregnant woman has been abducted. The Zamfara deputy governor or somebody that was here has been abducted as well, and many others. We don't know. But this is clear evidence that those of you that keep saying so believe in one Nigeria, this is one Nigeria. This is your one Nigeria. In your one Nigeria, we are being killed and abducted as we are going about our business, when the government should have been providing safety and security. So anyway, that's what I wanted to just bring to us now. I will come back later on and talk about this, but I just wanted to touch base on this. Thank you for watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later. I need to rush off and do something. I'll come back and maybe we'll even dissect this a little bit more, because this goes to the heart of the matter. They tell, for you to believe in the nation, you have to have safety and security, and of course, like we've been saying thousands of times before, infrastructure. What I mean by infrastructure: roads, water, light, schools, bridges, healthcare. But we don't have it. But the people who are looting the money are telling you to vote for them to continue to loot and oppress and suppress and kill us in our own land. Enough is truly, really enough. Time for us to take collective action. And ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. But please help us share this message. Please don't, if you haven't already subscribed to us on YouTube, please do not leave this broadcast without going to YouTube and subscribe. More and more of our work, we're hoping to make sure we can do on YouTube, because Facebook, we no longer have confidence in what is being done there. Facebook are doing some things to make it difficult for us to be able to carry out with our broadcast. It's been done in a way that is quite it is really sad. Now let me just show you what we have now. I wanted to just see what you have in terms of sorry, pardon, this is the one. I'm trying to show you how many people we have and what is watching us right now, what you're watching. So on here now, right now, there's 55. You can see 55,000. Let me just highlight that. You see, we have like that, 55,000 likes. We have 122,000 followers. But what you see on the screen is barely 23. You can see barely 23 there, 21. And that's because the numbers are being held down. So please, we urge you, help us get the broadcast down and going. Go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube now. So in closing, I want to say thank you very much for joining us. Please do share this broadcast. Continue to share it. We need to wake up. See, the grassroots awareness is absolute key. Grassroots awareness is absolute key for us all. And this is a job for you, for me, for every one of us watching, and those that will watch. This is a job for all of us as Middle Beltans, as Igbos, and as Yorubas, to continue to raise the level of awareness within our communities so that our people can join hands and go for self-determination. We need to break up contractor Nigeria, because Nigeria is killing us all on a daily basis. Thank you for watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on.